You've probably seen it before. Those posts claiming that Target follows a strict markdown schedule, like home items get marked down on Tuesdays and electronics get marked down on Wednesdays. That so-called schedule that's been floating around since 2010, it's not how Target does their clearance markdowns. It's not as simple as those outdated posts are trying to say. Today, we are busting the myth and showing you exactly how Target tracks markdowns like a pro. Back in the day, people were noticing that there was a pattern with the markdowns at their local Targets, and they started sharing them online. But the truth be told is that markdowns vary by store, inventory, or even the employees processing the tags. There's no universal markdown schedule that every Target is supposed to follow. While some markdowns might happen on Mondays or Tuesdays, it can take all week for your store to get everything updated and tagged. Some stores are just fast at the markdowns and others might just take till the end of the week. So this schedule is not a set in stone thing. It's more of when is the store going to get to it and apply those savings in the system. If you really want to start tracking the markdowns, don't rely on the old schedule that's made up. Check the shelf tags instead. Here's what to look for. See this date on the shelf tag? That tells you when the markdown was applied. If it was just marked down within the last week or so, there's a good chance another discount is coming, unless this product has already hit 70% off. Seasonal clearance is an exception to this rule. Those markdowns will apply automatically. No Target employee has to go into the computer system and apply the new discount. It just happens right after the holiday on the holiday clearance schedule. Target's clearance usually follows this pattern. Most items, including food, will start at 15% off. If they don't sell, the markdowns will go to 30 or 50% off. And if you're still around, you might see them hit 70% off. Household items rarely make it to 70% off. They sell just too fast. But things like decor and seasonal items, those you have a better shot at seeing at 70% off. Although we don't have an official Target clearance schedule, there are Target annual clearance events that make saving so much more predictable. Here's what to watch for. The Target semi-annual toy clearance happens twice a year in January and in June. Discounts will start at 15% and then they'll hit up to 70% by the second week of the clearance event. One thing you can predict is the holiday clearance. Holiday clearance follows the same pattern for all the holidays. The day after the holiday, you're going to see 50% off on non-food items, 30% off on food items. And then about 3 to 4 days after the holiday, you're going to see 70% off for non-food and 50% off on food. Whatever's left over after a week is going to hit 90% off for non-food and 70% off for food. Throughout the year, you could also count on certain items going on clearance during specific months, and we have that all broken down for you. Let's get into it. In January, you can count on saving on apparel clearance with coats, activewear, boots, socks, and more, sporting good markdowns, with toys starting, holiday clearance like trees, decor, storage, and some of these items are even available online the day after Christmas with Target calls the clearance event. In February, you're going to see store-wide clearance hitting up to 70% off. We're going to see apparel at 70% off, with the biggest discounts actually happening in early March. Baby clearance deals up to 70% off on car seats, strollers, you name it. And then Valentine's Day items will go on clearance too. In March, we're going to see the final apparel clearance push, with markdowns finally hitting 70% off. If Easter lands in March, you're going to see Easter clearance. But if it's like this year and happens in April, then that Easter clearance will be in April. April through May, the clearance slows down and there is still some select markdowns, but not too much during that time. In June is when we're going to have the summer semi-annual toy clearance sale. That will start about in the middle of June. Then in July, we're going to have patio furniture markdowns, summer items, you name it. Towards the end of August, we'll see back to school markdowns, which will carry into September. But then September, we have a huge home reset. We're talking kitchen clearance, cookware, storage appliances, bedding, ACs, fans. This is the best time to buy all the home items. In early October, we start to see toy markdowns begin. And then in November, you're going to have pre-holiday clearance with some home and apparel deals. December through the early of January, we're going to have baby gear starting at 15% off with the strollers, the car seats, and all the travel systems. And then that baby sale will carry over into January with a higher discount, ending at close to 70% off come February. So can you return Target clearance items? You sure can. Clearance follows the same 90-day return policy, and if something that you bought goes on clearance for even lower in the next 14 days that you purchased it, you could actually go back to guest services and get a price adjustment. So if you see something that you have to have when it's 30, 50% off, go ahead and grab it. And if it goes to 70% off within those 14 days, you can get a price adjustment. If you love tips and insider information like this, be sure to like and subscribe our YouTube channel. Comment below if you have any Target clearance saving tips. We'd love to hear them from you.